Yo guys, what is up? This is the Kings of Kings back again with another video. Today's kind of like our debut video. We're talking about wrestling, kind of like an open discussion. We are the four members, three leaders, and one other member, and
Racism.
and we are, like I said, talking about random stuff at WWE, the current state of WWE. So let's start the video off. Deaders, would you like to start?
Yeah. Okay. First of all, thing guys, just sort of an open argument, open discussion thing. Mainly, it's just this video is on the current state of WWE. I think overall WWE is doing right now in the past couple 3 weeks or 4 weeks. You know they've been adding some sort of like a shock factor to WWE. I think they're doing a great job with that. But still, I think the mid card is where they're falling short. This is the biggest problem in WWE right now. You got people like Dolph Ziggler, which are sort of getting used, but like they're getting put in these stupid feuds which aren't gonna get them anywhere. And you got Jack Swagger, just he should be in the main event or just be dropped. People like that and people like Drew McIntyre. I'm sure they're gonna get released soon. There are people in WWE, especially the mid card. People like Kofi Kingston been mid card for about 4 years. Evan Bourne's never gonna get his push. I think that's the main thing they got to fix, the mid card. And you look back at former years in WWE, and you see the main event flock and talent, tons of people. And look at WWE right now. Who has it really been? It's been, Triple H, John Cena, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio at some points, and then whoever they're gonna screw over, like whether it's Miz or R-Truth, or Christian or something. But that's basically it. So. Anybody else want to talk?
Yeah, I'll please say something about the tag team division. I know they're trying to work on the tag team division, but still, it's not up to par. It's not what I expected. And Air Boom, like I explained in one of my videos, Air Boom, they come out to their own theme music. They have their own name. It's kind of cool. That's what they should be doing with all their tag teams, not just throwing random tag teams around. They're trying to improve by doing Awesome Truth, like Air Boom. It's just not working. They need to keep trying. Form other tag teams. You can't have Zack Ryder go out on one Raw with Jerry Lawler, then the next one, Jerry Lawler and Sheamus. It just doesn't go. You know what I mean? You need to have steady tag teams.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of agree with Firehawk, but I think, sorry about that. I moved my chair, but I still think the biggest problem's got to be the mid card. Again, this is an argument, kind of open discussion thing. I think, without a mid card, the past couple of years, the tag team division's blown. But,
I mean, you've seen some
in
gems
08 and
in
09, we had a solid mid card.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what made it successful, even though 09 blew chunks. 2010 was okay, but, this is the PG era. It's a different standard than the Ruthless Aggression era and the Attitude era. We have time to build up these mid-card stars, and I think putting them in tag teams is pointless. It's either push them or, find something useful for them and have them in, feuds to get them over without having a title involved. Look at the guys like the Hardys. Look at the guys like the Hardys, and you also have people like
Dudley's.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, like the TLC
Edge and
people.
Christian.
Yeah, Edge and Christian. Those people. Sorry, I couldn't spit it out. You had those people. They didn't really have a title. They just kind of had they had that thing with the Terry Invitational tournament. Great way to get them over. You don't have to have a title to get people over. I think the tag team division is sort of like second-hand thing that they need to fix. Mainly, I think the mid card's the main thing. So, Brian, you want to say anything?
Sure. Well, they are pushing a lot, like some guys like Dolph Ziggler, obviously Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, for sure.
They made Mark Henry world champion because he deserves it. I really am having fun with watching Raw right now. I'm having fun with all the things happening. So, as I always say, you gotta think positive instead of negative.
Yeah, but, with the current state of WWE right now, is it ever going to get better if you think positive? No, if you think positive, you just got to feed them better ratings. And they're not going to improve on anything.
Deaders. I have something to say, and then we'll pass to STV. But real quick, another thing that's been pissing me off is those tag team gold. They're not even gold. They're bronze, and they're just terrible.
Well, some of it is a gold,
Yeah,
some
but
of it.
It's platinum. All the golds are actually platinum. It's bronze colored.
Are
You
you
get the
serious?
point, though. It's copper. It looks like copper, and copper's third place. And if they're going to consider third place, then so am I. It's just how it's going to work.
Well, I think a way that they can improve the mid card is, kind of what Firehawk said. Make the championships like gold looking. I mean, like Intercontinental Championship doesn't really look all that fancy looking. The
No, but you have to
the
understand, like,
tag team belts look like pennies.
yeah.
It's just
Yeah, I mean, I would say all the title belts in WWE right now, especially the mid card titles and down, they don't have any prestige whatsoever. I think the mainly only the United States title has been kind of shunned because it came from WCW. I don't know why they keep doing that, but they have to push these mid card talents. But I think another thing WWE needs to improve on is their main event on SmackDown. You guys have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I have something to say. Huge.
Yeah,
Every single week, it's Randy Orton against, back like a month ago, it's Randy Orton versus Sheamus. Next week,
Yeah.
Randy Orton versus Mark Henry. Next week, Randy Orton and Christian against Mark Henry and Sheamus.
no, because you have to understand why that. Look, you have to back that up why it's bad though. You see, like the thing is, how else are you gonna get Randy Orton as a top babyface on SmackDown? You got to get him over by putting him in the main event, kind of like John
But he
Cena.
wins every time and finishes off with an RKO. Like,
Well, how is that any different from John Cena? Except for John Cena keeps getting screwed over by CM Punk because they're trying to get CM Punk over with the young fans. So how is that any different? Because and right now Randy Orton's getting screwed over by Mark Henry. They're
I feel like
trying to
Randy-
get Mark Henry over. So
like a month ago, Randy Orton has been defeating the same two guys. In my mind, it just felt like he's been facing the same two guys for such a long time. It's not fun. It's just not. Unless John Cena, he did different things. I feel like, in my opinion,
Yeah.
and Randy Orton's just the same thing every week.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I mean, like the guys that Randy Orton are facing, they really aren't main event caliber guys either. I don't think
especially people like
Sheamus is really.
Ted DiBiase.
No, the only person I'd say on SmackDown who's main event ready is Sheamus. Sheamus has been wrestling all over the world, internationally in the main event.
Well, he's gonna
Sheamus-
be heavyweight champion by the end of the year, probably.
He better be, because Sheamus is clearly main event ready.
Even
He's got
Randy
the
Orton
book,
said-
talent, mic skills. It's a shame that he hasn't really won a title in a while. And
Even
people,
Randy Orton said it in an interview. He said that Sheamus is definitely one of the best wrestlers of all time. People
Yeah.
like
no, he didn't say he was the best wrestler of all time. He said
No,
he's
not
great
right.
at what he does.
He said he's a great wrestler. He said that people like Mark Henry and Greg Holly, they're very hard to wrestle. He said. So
Yeah, and another thing I don't get what they're trying to do on SmackDown. They're trying to get Randy Orton to wrestle. It's either some big guy every week or some random kind of screw over person like Christian. Why the fuck did Christian get the belt? Because of Edge. What was the point of that? You're just gonna bury Christian's whole career after that?
No, Orton needs just his ego is kind of big. I would
Yeah,
think.
he's got a big ego.
What
Yeah,
else, one?
but
Ryan?
Brian, you got anything?
Me?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm so tired.
I think, I still think the biggest part in WWE right now is the main event or the mid card because Raw is okay on the main event right now, but their mid card's terrible. SmackDown on the other hand has a solid mid card, but their main event's terrible.
They just use the same guys over and over.
Yeah, it's a shame how they're not pushing Sheamus as a main event on SmackDown, and they're pushing and they were pushing Christian.
Yeah, but Christian's been there longer.
Honest, I didn't want Christian to win a world title. I did eventually, but I didn't want him to win it off of Edge, which is kind of a cheap shot towards Edge. And the way that they did that is just bullshit. But anyways, SmackDown, they have more people to bump up to the main event. And you got people that people like Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase could be in the main event by the end of 2000. I'd say by mid 2012. And then there are people.
I don't know. I say the mid card of the year has to be Cody Rhodes.
Yeah,
for
definitely.
me.
Best heel of the year too. And another thing I'd say is, I was about to say this, but if you bump Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase into the main event on SmackDown, you got people like Trent Beretta and Tyson Kidd who can fill the mid card.
Well, I don't know. I've never really liked Ted DiBiase, but
No, but you gotta admit, Ted DiBiase never really got a fair shot.
I guess. But
What about Wade Barrett? What's going on with Wade Barrett?
I think he's gonna be maybe a probably 1 to 4 time world champ if they push him like that. I really don't know what their whole give is on.
I think that they're being brilliant right now. If this is what I think is going to happen, I think that Wade Barrett is going to defeat Daniel Bryan for the briefcase. That's what I think is going to happen. And I don't see him holding it to WrestleMania 28.
Yeah, another thing I almost forgot that Daniel Bryan had the briefcase. I almost forgot because the guy, he's forgettable, no charisma. Okay, I don't give a fuck what these ROH marks say. That's the fucking truth. Okay, and you can look at him. That's the truth. Yeah, sure, he's a great wrestler, but compare him to Cody Rhodes. Who has the better look for TV? Cody Rhodes. Who's more intriguing? Cody Rhodes. Who's the better wrestler? Probably Daniel Bryan. See, I said Daniel Bryan, but who is more entertaining overall?
Well, I think even Daniel Bryan could be like a transitional champion like Benoit was, but
no, but yeah, you gotta admit, they got this kind of wannabe Benoit gimmick on him. The omoplata crossface, which is the same as the LaBelle lock, is basically the same variation off the crossface. And it's pretty it's pretty obvious they're trying to book him as like a Chris Benoit kind of fill-in. And I don't like to see this. It's kind of I just don't think the guy is getting over. And you give the briefcase to Wade Barrett. Or either give it to Wade Barrett or give it to Drew McIntyre out of nowhere.
Wait,
hey, by the way,
Sin Cara.
what?
Oh yeah, guys, the big topic we need to talk about Sin Cara and everything.
Sin Cara.
Oh yeah, hold on, guys. I'm sorry about this, but STB, how are we doing on time?
12 minutes. Basically.
Okay, we got about 3 minutes just to talk about the Sin Cara thing.
Well, I think real quick about Sin Cara. I like what they're doing here, but they're not using it right. Me and Dennis were talking about when it Raw was on, and we're both thinking, there's a third guy involved. And it might be cool to have like 3, maybe even 4 Sin Caras. That'd be cool. But we've seen this before in the past, and they're not using it right. They're not doing the whole Sin Cara versus Sin Cara. They're not pulling it off right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really
It's
not even really a storyline. Actually, it's just like they're kind of like coming out, and really not a whole lot is
Another thing about this is, why don't you just go ahead and admit wrestling's fake? I mean, that's the fucking truth, That basically proves wrestling's a monopoly. They can't go out and do this. Hunico's a great talent, yada yada, but if Sin Cara wasn't such a freaking druggie in the first place, he wouldn't need to be out there. That's just why I hate it when people try to blame Hunico for being like a botchy Sin Cara, when he was not even supposed to be out there in the first place. And this really makes me wonder what the fuck are they gonna do with Hunico at the end.
Yep. All right, let's wrap it up.
Well, we'll probably go back to that FCW, and because he's kind of sloppy in the ring.
No, but you gotta look at him. He's trying to pull off moves that a guy 50 pounds, not probably 50 pounds, but 30 pounds lighter than him is supposed to do.
Yep.
He's not even supposed to be out there in the first place. So
let's wrap it up because I bet it's about time. So, thank you all for watching this video. Subscribe to SDB, subscribe to Deaders, subscribe to Awesome, subscribe to myself, subscribe to the Kings of Kings, because we're all kings here.
Yeah, KO King, bro.
Not cock.
Alright,
I'm the King of Fires and Hawks. He's SDB is the King of Fish.
I'm the Cutting
Deaders
Deads.
is the King of Deads.
No, I'm the Cutting Deads.
The Cutting Deads, okay? And Awesome's the King of Awesome. So go subscribe to our channels, and we'll be back in another video very soon. Thank you all for watching this video. Let me know in the comment section down below. Talk to you later. Peace out.